Hey everyone, number 84 on my list of 100 greatest songs is New Slaves by Kanye West. A problematic individual, and I discussed this with someone recently about adding problematic individuals to the list and trying to, with Kanye West, trying to separate the mental health from the absolute nonsense he talks is a very difficult thing to do. So I'm not going to talk too much on it, but I am going to talk about this song, which is, to me, is a complete masterpiece. It goes, it there's loads to say in it. I just want to first of all do the little music part of it. I'm using a polysynth pad sound. This is as close as I can get to what it sounds on the song, but it's lower down, isn't it? So that was a nice little ending. So the music of the rap part of the song, we'll say, doesn't move a lot away from that. It's mostly synths and pads and stuff like that. And it says like that it's industrial hip hop, political rap, and gothic rock in the Wikipedia, whoever, I don't know who does these. With elements of electro and heavy metal music. It's very sparse in its production, but it seems so loud when you're listening to it, just the notes that he's using on it. And that is to its benefit, the idea of where they're not overdoing it with the music. And I think I talked about it a little bit in the Kendrick Lamar episode, where like it's more about what he's trying to say in it. The song is about as what Kanye West talks about, is about the different classes of black people in the counterproductive consumerism holding them back. References to racial politics and compares segregation to capitalism. The lyrics are great. He describes the second verse as the greatest rap verse of all time. So I thought it would be only fitting if I read that out. Now, I will obviously be censoring certain words. The first verse is great as well. He talks about, my mama was raised in the era when clean water was only served to the fairer skin. Doing clothes, you would have thought I had help, but they wasn't satisfied unless I picked the cotton myself. There's some amazing lines in it. The bridge is important because you see its leaders and its followers, but I'd rather be a dick than a swallower. I mean, that's pretty straight up what he means. So I'm just going to read a little bit of the verse 2. I'm not going to try and describe everything. I don't know everything, but there's certain parts that are very obvious and some less so. But there is one in particular. It's really important. So he says, I throw those Maybach keys. I wear my heart on the sleeve. I know that we are the new slaves. I see the blood on the leaves. I see the blood on the leaves. I see the blood on the leaves. I know that we the new slaves. I see the blood on the leaves. They throw and hate at me, want me to stay at ease. F you and your corporation, you all N-word can't control me. I know that we the new slaves. I know that we the new slaves. I'm about to wild the F out and go on Bobby Boucher. I think Bobby Boucher is the Waterboy Adam Sandler film, I think. You all throwing contracts at me, you know the N-word can't read. Throw on some Maybach keys. F it, say la vie. I know that we the new slaves, you all N-word can't F with me. You all N-word can't F with me. I'll move my family out the country so you can see where I stay. So go and grab the reporters so I can smash the recorders. See, they'll confuse us with some bullshit like the New World Order. Meanwhile, the DEA team up with the CCA. They're trying to lock N-word up. They're trying to make new slaves. See, that's the privately owned prison. Get your piece today. They're probably all in the Hamptons bragging about what they made. F you in your Hampton house. I'll F your Hampton spouse. Came on your Hampton blouse and in your Hampton mouth. You're all about to turn shit up, about to tear shit down, about to air shit out. Now what the F they gonna say now? It's pretty strong, to be fair. I don't know if it's the best rap lyric ever written, but it's pretty strong. Now all of that to say, the first verse, second verse are amazing pieces of rap. I don't think that Kanye West is the best rapper of all time by any means, like with regards of his delivery of how he raps. but he can write lyrics, and if you can write lyrics as good as that, you can get away with it. And like, there's a lot of rappers who are just amazing lyricists, but maybe aren't the best rappers. And like, you know, if someone was to ask me who the best rapper, who in my opinion, I would say Andre 3000 from Outkast. But everybody have a different answer. I think Kanye West, if people don't know, Kanye West came through as a producer and a beats maker for Jay-Z, and it took him a while to get out from underneath Jay-Z's kind of, you know, guidance or leadership, I suppose, until he to do his own, because I don't think they thought he could rap. So he did come through and rap and stuff. The one thing I'll say about, I can never understand where they find these samples. Now, I know on Power, they use 20th Century Schizoid Man, that little sample by King Crimson. So I can see where they found that, because it's on a very famous album. The thing that caught me first of all, right? I should say the part of this song that caught me first was the ending, right? So it finishes that rap part, and there's a really heavy drum roll, like a timpani, or you know, like an orchestral drum, dun, 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 and it goes into a much more musical sound. And what it is right? It's a coda, right? Sorry, it's not a coda. It's a sample of a song by a band called Omega, right? Who started in the 70s in Hungary, a Hungarian band who have 20 albums. I was looking them up the other day, actually, and I was listening to some of their stuff. The name of the song, and I apologize, obviously, I don't know Hungarian, but it's Goyan Heri Liani. That's what it looks like to me, but obviously there's accents and stuff over certain letters, so it's probably nowhere near that. And if you listen to it, like, it's they don't take the same lyrics, but it's the music. Kanye comes in with his auto tune, his 808, and he used on that 808 and Heartbreaks, and he sings in auto tune for the first part. Then Frank Ocean comes in, and a much clearer sounding, because Frank Ocean is more of a singer, obviously, and it's always, to me, it stood out with this masterful piece of music, and I thought it was an original piece, but it wasn't. It was a Hungarian band who, when you look them up, some of their costumes are glorious, but it's a great piece of music, and it's great how they use it, because it moves away. It doesn't sound like they should be together, so it almost sounds like, oh, this is a different song altogether. But with the way he uses in his, like, that sound, that really kind of industrial sounding synthy 80s sounding vibe, with a very sparse percussive track in the background. And there's a lot of, I'm not going to read all the people who wrote the song, there's people who wrote it with Kanye West, and he uses those. I'd imagine he writes the little raps with maybe a little help. But the genius of that album, of that song, and the album it's on, Yeezus, and that whole album is just, it's great. It's brilliantly produced, and it's great lyrics and everything like that. But those uses, like, that can really make or break a rap song when they do use a sample from something else, because sometimes it just doesn't fit. And I think Kanye's great, like really great at picking stuff out. And obviously people's helping him, like people are helping him, because how does he get like this like Hungarian rock band, like just a random piece of music? It's on, like, it's just on an album, like, it's just you know, I'd love to know more about how they found it. But I just think, you know, without talking about the man, like his personal life and all that, I really like a lot of Kanye West's music, and I suppose I've had to take a bit of shit for liking him in general. And then this stuff that comes out about him, when he keeps talking and opening his mouth, and it's like, oh, please stop talking. But this song, New Slaves, is like, I think it's his masterpiece. Like I say, he's got a lot of good songs, but and I think all these songs on here, by the way, are masterpieces. 100 greatest songs, like, they're all going to be masterpieces, but this is his one, I think. Which probably hints at you that he won't be appearing on the list again. But yeah, for now, New Slaves, Kanye West. Thanks for watching. Bye.